Yes, very good morning, everyone. Welcome to another enriching session of Synergy Sphere, a virtual event by the students and for the students at MITSD. I'm Trupti Kulkarni, your host for today's session. Synergy Sphere is a platform where our learners, that is, you all, come together to learn, to grow, and exchange knowledge that can truly make a difference in our professional lives. Every session brings valuable insights, and today's topic is no exception. So, today we have focused on mastering the art of interviews, cracking interviews with confidence and style. So, whether you are a fresher or you can be a mid career professional or hiring manager, interviews are definitely a critical part of career growth. I am sure you all agree on that. With changing times and evolving hiring trends, understanding how to navigate interviews effectively can definitely give you a significant advantage. Right, to help us dive into this topic, to discuss this topic more in deep, we have an emerging HR professional with us today, Miss Neha Momin. She is a fellow student, a fellow peer of yours at MIT SD, and Neha is an HR executive at Vashi Integrated Solutions, specializing, yes, specializing in HR. And yes, she is, along with that, she is currently pursuing her PGDM from MIT SD, while Neha is at the early stage of her career. This actually makes her the perfect speaker for today's session. And she brings a fresh perspective. Definitely, she since she is at the early stage of her career, and she has first hand knowledge of modern interview processes and relatable insights that align with career industry expectations. So let us all give a warm welcome to Neha. Neha, it's great to have you here today with us. Thank you for sharing your time and expertise and agreeing to come over here today with sharing your expertise. So before we get into your topic, that is the interview strategies, let us start with your journey so far.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Trupti. It was a wonderful welcome. I can say you have given a very good welcome to me. Hello, everyone. A very good morning, first of all.
Yes, welcome to the session, Neha. So, Neha, could you also tell us a bit about yourself, first of all, and your educational background?
For sure, Trupti, I'll start. Okay, see, if I say about myself, my career journey has been a dynamic blend of HR operation, learning and development, and talent management. I began my professional journey as an HR trainee at the Monarch Enterprises, where I gained hand-on experience in end-to-end recruitment, onboarding, and employee engagement. This role laid the foundation for my understanding of HR process. Building on this experience, I transit to Vashi Integrated Solution as an executive talent management. Over here, I expand my expertise in learning and development, conducting induction programs, organizing product and soft skill training, and managing pan India recruitment for the solar segment. Additionally, I have been responsible for employee engagement initiative, performance management, and streamlining recruitment process through campus drive and walk-in interviews. Like throughout my career, I have continuously upskilled myself, earning certificates and advanced excels, trained the trainers, HRs, and etc. Now, if you say
Great.
about my goal is to enhance employee development strategy, align HR practices, align HR practices with business objective, and create a positive workplace culture. Now, coming to my
Great.
education, I have a strong academic background in business and human resource. I have completed my Bachelor of Management study and then pursued Masters of Commerce. Additionally, I hold a diploma in human resource management and currently doing my PGDM from MIT.
Great, great.
That's
That's
all
an
about.
inspiring journey. Yes, thank you so much for sharing about yourself and your educational background. That is definitely an inspiring journey. Your academic background in HR and your hands-on experience as well give you a strong foundation, definitely. So balancing work and studies is no easy feat. Like, which brings me to my next question. Could you also provide us a quick brief about your family background?
So I'll just take a minute for this. I belong to a family, like we are a five member in
Okay.
my family, mom, dad, and
Okay.
with three siblings. That's it. One elder and one younger. That's about my
Okay.
family.
That's great. That's totally great to have siblings around. It's always interesting to see how your personal journeys also, your family as well, shape our professional choices. Now, speaking of professional growth, you are pursuing a PGDM from MIT Pune. So, how has this educational pursuit impacted your career so far?
Okay, so pursuing a PGDM from MIT Pune, it has been a transformative experience that has significantly shaped my career in HR. The program has provided me with a comprehensive understanding of modern HR practices, equipping me with the skills needed to handle strategy, workforce planning, talent acquisition, and employee engagement effectively. The in-depth, like it's a combination with case study and real-world applications, has helped me to bridge the gap between theoretical HR concept and their practical implementation. This also enhanced my ability to make data-driven decisions, improve my efficiency of recruitment strategy, training program, and performance management in my current role. Beyond the technical expertise, the program has given my understanding of
Mhm.
organizational behavior, change management, leadership development, allowing me to align HR strategy with overall business objective.
That's
Exposure to emerging trends such as analytics, digital HR solution, and remote workforce management has further enabled me to implement innovation solution that enhance employee experience. Additionally, I would say
that's
a big thanks to MIT for providing us a boot camp session where you have to learn about the Excel, you have to learn about the data, you have to
correct.
learn about how to manage that data, and at the end you will going to receive a certificate from MIT. That is one of the best part,
Correct.
and I like this. Like this is the one of the best part I like the most.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences so far and how it has shaped your career so far since your time with MIT. So, since Neha, tell me, since your exams are just around the corner, how are you managing your studies and work? How has the flexible, you can say, learning model at MITSD helped you balance work and studies effectively till now?
Sure, Tripti. See, so with my exam approaching, balancing work and study has been both a challenge and an opportunity for growth. I have adopted a
Correct.
structured approach, prioritizing
Okay.
tasks, settling realistic study goal, and dedicating specific time slot after work and on
Okay.
weekend for focus learning and revisions.
Okay. Okay, that is great. So you're actually managing both your exams, your academics, and your work. After your work hours, you're managing the studies
Correct.
part.
True.
Great. That
That's true.
is that is really nice. So how would you describe the overall quality of the course content and relevance to the industry needs, particularly to HR, since you have been studying the course?
So I would say I would highly recommend this course to any emerging HR or anyone who is new to the HR field can go to this course. The very first thing, flexible mode. You can learn anytime you want to learn, like while traveling to home and while traveling or while having a spare time, you can just go through the classes which you guys give us to learn, and this is the one of the best part. Then the exam model is are also good, like you have 14 days and you can complete it at any time. That is one
Correct.
of the best. These two part are one of the best thing, and I would recommend everyone to go for MIT.
Thank you so much, Neha. So, coming back to our the topic, the interview session that we were going to have today. So, participants, I would like you to first of all, like before we begin the questions and the topic related to the main topic that we are going to do today, we are going to discuss today. I would like to have you answer one poll question that we'll be launching right now. Yes. So we have launched. I hope you can see the question. Please answer the poll question. We would like to you to answer this. What is your biggest challenge in interviews till date? Since you all are working professionals, you might have, given n number of interviews. So what has been your biggest challenge so far? Want every one of you to answer. I can see 50 responses. So Neha is actually going to cover a big part of interview styles today. So we want you to answer this question so that we can get a quick idea of what has been your biggest challenge till date. Come on, everyone. I can see 102 responses, 141 participants as of now. So, yes, as we can see, nervousness has been the biggest challenge of 36% of our uh, students, of our learners present over here. So yes, that is about it. So moving on, many of us have also attended multiple interviews or even conducted yes, and even conducted them as HRs or maybe managers. Yet interviewing remains an evolving skill, right? So here's why this session that Neha is going to conduct is will be relevant for everyone over here. First of all, for job seekers, definitely learning how to stand out and make a lasting impression is definitely a plus point. Second, for mid career professionals as well, it will be useful even if you aren't actively job seeking. Understanding interviews is very much key for internal promotions as well. Third, for hiring managers, you need to totally understand how to assess candidates effectively. So all these three categories this session is relevant for. So Neha, before we move into different interview formats, from your perspective as an HR professional, what are some major trends that have emerged recently in HR domain?
Okay, so see, the very first I would believe is AI in recruitment.
Okay.
So AI has helped the recruiter to save the time by sorting the CVs. This is
Correct.
one of the major trend in
Hmm.
HR. Then
Correct.
data driven. Now
Hmm.
decisions in any field, or I can say in especially into HR, has moved have been moved to data. Like every
Hmm.
decision are taken through some data, and analytics have grown very faster. So this two, I think one of the like these two are the major
Hmm.
trend in HR as of now.
Okay, yes. Thank you so much, Neha, for sharing those insights. So, today Neha will be covering different interview styles from one to one, interview styles to stress interviews as well, how to tailor responses as well for each format, and maybe also a common interview mistakes that we have to avoid during our interviews. So, we'll have you answer the second poll question. One question more we'd like to answer before we move on to our next question towards Neha. So I want you to answer the poll question. Which part of an interview do you find the most challenging? Can we have the poll question, please? Yes, thank you. Yes, the poll question is in front of you. Participants, I want you to quickly answer this poll question. Which part of the interview do you find the most challenging? Since we are covering different types of questions, interview questions that Neha will be covering today, answering behavioral questions is one choice, negotiating salary is another tricky thing. Managing stress interviews. There are a few stress questions as well that HRs ask today, right? So building rapport with the interviewer is another thing. Even that is one is very important. Sunita, you can maybe refresh because we can see the other people as well answering the poll question. Maybe it's not visible to you. Yes. Yes. Thank you everyone for answering this poll question. We'll just display the results now. So, negotiating salary is no, this part of the interview definitely it's quite relatable. How that people find it, at least 52% of our participants have shared that they find this part of the interview as most challenging. It's quite relatable, it's quite understandable, yes. So Neha, moving on to you again, could you also talk about your experience working at Vashi Integrated Solutions and how it shaped your understanding of leadership so far?
Got it. So, I have been a part of recruitment, learning and development and operation.
Correct.
So, I can say as an early career HR professional, offering constructive feedback to senior colleagues required a balanced approach
Mm.
that empathize, respect, data-driven insight, and a solution-oriented mindset. Like I
Correct.
started by conducting through research to understand the policy, industry
Mm.
benchmark, and potential impact of the gap I have
Mm.
identified. Instead
Mm.
of directly pointing out shortcoming, I frame the conversation around collaboration and improvement, using
Okay.
phrases like I have been noticed an opportunity to enhance, or
Okay.
based on the recent trends we could consider to encourage open dialogue. I also
Okay.
ensure that my feedback is backed by data, case study, or employee feedback, making it more credible and aligned with the company's goal.
Great. That is great to know. That's a valuable insight that you have been experiencing at your organization. So leadership in HR is definitely about more than just policies, right? It's about
Correct.
also about managing people effectively. That is a very important point that we focus on in HR. So on that note, can you also give us a short description of how your day looks like in as an HR professional? Just a brief
Okay.
of
If
how,
I
like, what
give
all activities you do.
Okay,
Yes,
so if
please.
I say my day as an HR professional is always dynamic. Morning usually start with
Correct.
reviewing resumes, scheduling interviews, followed by catching up with employees, resolving queries, and
Hmm.
planning engagement activities. Afternoon are
Okay.
often packed with training session, policy discussion, or brainstorming ways to improve
Okay.
the employee experience. Somewhere in
Okay.
between, I squeeze in a cup of green tea. Every day brings something new, and that's
Okay.
what I love about HR. It's all about people, problem solving, and making the workplace better.
Correct. It's a dynamic field, and you always have to look for ways in order to enhance your employee experience as well. That is a definitely a plus point, or we can say the essential part of an HR. So, as an HR professional, how often have you navigated complex conversation? They have to be complex conversations, maybe even conflicts. So how like, could you share a few things on how you deal with the difficult conversations and maybe also conflict resolutions between your your peers, your colleagues as well, who are not in HR?
Okay, see, as an HR professional, I approach difficult conversations and for conflict resolution with a mix of empathy, first of all,
Okay.
and
Okay.
active listening and a solution focused mindset. These
Hmm.
three plays a very important role. I
Hmm.
assure that both parties feel heard, like we are listening to both of the parties. Stay
Correct.
neutral. I have to
Hmm.
be neutral when I am in a conflict resolution scenario and focus
Hmm.
on finding common ground. One of the major thing is clear communication and setting the right expectation. It helps
Correct.
me in diffusing tensions. My goal
Okay.
is always to turn conflict into opportunities for better understanding and strong workplace relationships.
Correct. That's a great approach. Handling different tough conversations is definitely one thing, but giving feedbacks also, I think, is one of the essential, especially to senior colleagues, is a difficult thing to handle. So it can be quite another challenge, right? So as an earlier career HR professional, how do you approach offering constructive feedback to senior colleagues, particularly when you believe there might be a gap in HR practices or policy implementation? How do you do that particularly?
Got it. See, offering constructive feedback to senior colleague, it's always require a balanced approach. So I have to
Hmm.
make sure that I am empathize, I am giving respect to them,
Correct.
and I have to also give the feedback through data for better
Hmm. Hmm.
understanding.
That's an
And
important point.
the very first thing, or I can say the very important thing, is solution oriented. I have to be a solution oriented. It is not like, yeah, I'm giving the feedback, but yeah, I'm
Hmm.
giving the solution to the problem. Then I
Correct.
also, I can say, I adopt a diplomatic and professional tone,
Hmm.
acknowledging the experience of senior colleague while presenting my
Correct.
observation as suggestion rather than criticism. And open communication, demonstration initiative, and positioning feedback as a way to drive positive change. I can contribute to refine HR practice while earning the trust and respect of senior stakeholders.
That's a great way to be. You've covered, all the things, like you follow all the things actually which are required in order to handle also difficult colleagues as well as senior colleagues who are, facing some conflicts. As a young HR professional, it's very important for you to have that diplomatic approach. You're very much correct in that. So shifting gears a bit, hiring is a crucial part of HR. So what advice would you give to someone aiming to get a job, since you are in the, like freshly into HR domain, you have a modern approach to HR. Also, please, if you could give some tips for someone who is hiring, that will be great.
Got the point. So for hiring manager, I would suggest first go through the job description,
Hmm.
whatever JD you receive from the stakeholder or from the
Hmm.
hiring
Hmm.
manager. Point number two,
Hmm.
understand the need. Why you want this person in this company.
Okay.
Once you understand the need, then it will be easy for you to get the person into the system.
Hmm.
And as an early professional, all I would suggest every person who is starting their career in HR to start with the recruitment part, because
Hmm.
over here you will going to understand where you have to put the person. See, basic HR, like core HR work is placing the right person at the right place.
Correct.
So once you got to know this, where you have to put the correct person,
Hmm.
then you can proceed with the other parts of HR. This is one of the advice I would going to give to other people.
Okay, who is hiring? And any advice you would like to give for someone who is aiming to get a job, who is an interviewee and is aiming to get a new job or aiming for an interview, so to say?
Got it. First of all, I would say, like, identify your skills. What skills do you have in you? Then you
Correct.
can search for that job, apply on that button. See, what
Hmm.
mistake we do basically,
Hmm.
if a job role says that you have to be a chef, what
Hmm.
people do, being a fresher, and I can say being into the other department, they apply
Hmm.
on the button, and then they say HR never get back to us. So I
Yes.
would request you align your skill set with the job description. Read it properly. Once you read it and when you understand that, yeah, this is my skill set, I can be a good fit for this job, then you can apply. I am sure you will going to receive the offer letter from the company, because you have that skills and company will going to pay for your skills.
Correct. Absolutely right. That is quite bang on. So, Neha, tell me, with remote hiring on the rise, right? You definitely you will agree on that. So, how are virtual interviews impacting traditional interview styles? Because we have
So
a lot of, yes, please go ahead.
yeah, so see, virtual interviews have transformed traditional hiring by making the process faster,
Hmm.
first of all. Then it is more flexible.
Okay.
Like I can take
Okay.
interview from anywhere, and the person on the other side can give the interview from anywhere. And the one of the major thing which I believe it's a cost effective process
Okay.
from the both side. Like if I say, if a person will going to come for an interview, he have to bear some cost to come to the office. But when it's
Hmm.
come to online, everyone,
Hmm.
like the candidate should have a device and, yeah, a silent environment.
Hmm.
Now, while the improve accessibility, and allow global talent acquisition. They also challenge assessing body language, culture fit, and engagements level. To bridge
Correct.
the gap, recruiter now focus more on structure questioning, AI-driven
Okay.
assessment, and behavior insight to ensure a
Right.
well-rounded evaluation of candidates.
Okay. That's a great perspective. That's a great insight that you have provided us today to ones that who are like applying in the process of applying for job or are looking for applying and interviewing. So that's a definitely interesting perspective that you have added to our all the questions that we have set with you today. It's clear that hiring landscape is definitely evolving. So Neha, now that we have set the stage, we are excited to hear from you and hear about mastering the art of interviews. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Rupti.
Yes.
Once again, a very good morning to everyone. First of all, I would like to say a thank you for everyone to joining this session. Okay, now before starting this session, I just wanted to understand from the audience side, why do you think this session is important and what key learning they will going to take from this session? They can drop the answer in the chat box.
Yes,
I'll repeat
participants, you can go ahead.
I'll repeat once again. Why do you think this session is important in your career, and what impact or what you will going to learn from this session? What are your expectations? Okay, just let me give you an overview why it is important. If a person is fresher or if a person is at a mid level career, this session will surely help them to get the correct job which align with their skill set. And I believe, yes,
Yes, they
even,
are actually mentioning it in the chat box.
yes,
A lot of
key
answers,
points while
yes.
interviewing. Yeah, I'll surely share the key point. I'll share the hiring process also. Even I'll share you the tips to crack the interview easily. Sure, I'll help you with the interview skills and confidence level. I think you all have covered the answer what I was about to say. Okay, how to shortlist the candidate for sure. How to tackle the interview and get the desired salary. This is one of the major question. Even I have received the feedback also from the poll, how to do the salary negotiation with the HR. For sure, I'll help you out with all this. Okay, so moving forward, I have received your response, thank you so much for that. Moving forward, I'll just share my screen and I'll start with the session. Trupti, can you please help me out?
Yes, yes. We'll make you the co-host. Yes, you can share the screen now.
I hope my screen is visible to you all.
Yes, it's visible, Neha.
So basically, first understand what interview is. What is the process? See, an interview is a structured conversation between a candidate and an employer to assess skills, experience, and cultural fit for a role. As I can say, interview is nothing but it is just a conversation between you and the hiring manager, basically to understand the candidate whether they are fit for the role, whether they have the skills what we are looking for. It also help employer evaluate potential employees and allow candidate to showcase their qualification. Interview is a process where you can show how capable you are, how good you are in your skills. It's a chance for you to show it to the stakeholder or to the hiring manager. Now mastering the interview process is understanding different interview style, and it is a key to success. Each format requires unique strategies, and it also help you to adapt and impress. Now see, interview is basically what, interview is basically like you go for an interview, you have a conversation, you might feel nervous, so how to overcome that, how to be the rock star of the interview, I'll explain you in the next slide. Basically, if we are having a type of interview with us, I hope you all are aware about Rancho from 3 Idiot. If you remember the answer he given for what is a machine, right? So the very first one is traditional one-on-one interview. Now it is one of the most common format where you have to come to the office or any professional place. It's about a 30 minute of interview or 30 minute of conversation you have with the stakeholder, and in this conversation you like the stakeholder like identify your skills and learn about your experience, and for that you have to be very confident and you have to be very concise. I hope you all are aware about 3 Idiot, where Rancher can confidently answer tricky question with logic and wit. Same you have to give when you go for a traditional interview or one-on-one interview. You have to be like a Rancher. You have to be very confident with your answer. You have to answer the question very tricky with logic. So be prepared and be authentic, I can say. This, this is the one of the traditional one-on-one interview, a type of common interview style. Now moving forward, we have the second type, what which is panel interview. What is panel interview? Panel interview is like one candidate is sitting and we have multiple interviewers. Now, what you have to do over there, if you get a chance to be a part of panel interview, be like you have to maintain eye contact with all the panelists, all the interviewer available over there. You have to answer with structure and confidence. There might be a rapid fire question. You have to answer that as well. While doing this, while you are a part of panel interview, think that you are in Kaun Banega Karorpati, where you are in a hot seat answering to a panel. So you have to stay calm, composed, like a true contestant. I hope many of us has seen the Kaun Banega Karorpati, right? Okay. So now what it is, basically it's a contest where you have to answer the question where Amitabh Bachchan ask you a question, right? Same goes for an interview, a panel interview. For panel interview, what you have to do? You will be the person sitting. You as a candidate, you will going to have 5 to 6 member, And the most important thing, there will be a rapid question and answer. One will going to question, you have to answer that question. Another interviewer will going to give the question, you have to answer that. Now coming to the third part, behavioral interview. It basically use your past experience to predict future performance. Now over here, they use a star method. Star method is nothing but situation, task, action, result. For an example, in an interview, the you might have arise a question to how you have handled a project with a tight timeline. So this situation is कि how you have handled the project. आपने वो चीज़ कैसे handle करी, वो situation को handle कैसे करी. Now what is the task? You have to complete the project within a given timeline. Action क्या कर सकते हो आप उसके ऊपर? You can have a back to back meeting with this team member. You can ask them to work extra to complete the task because you have to complete the timeline. And what will be the result in that? Result क्या होगा कि you will going to complete the task, you will going to receive the appreciations, and it will be a teamwork. अगर आपने डियर जिंदगी की मूवी देखी होंगी तो यू विल गोइंग टू लर्न कि कायरा लर्न फ्रॉम देयर पास्ट एक्सपीरियंस टू ग्रो. एम आई राइट टीम? Just drop a yes if you all agree ki Kyra have learned from the past.
Yes, participants, you can interact on chat. Definitely, please. This is a quite an interactive session, interesting session. Please share your answers on chat. We are waiting to hear
Please
from
let
you.
me know if you agree with Kyra. She learned from
Yes.
the past or not from Diya Zindagi. I think people over here have not seen the movie. No problem, this will be your homework. Oh, Vishaka, you have seen and you agree with me, right? Oh, Rushikesh also have seen. Okay, जिसने ये movie नहीं देखी है ना, it will be a homework for you to go and watch the movie, and then you will going to remember, like then you will going to relate this why I was saying. So we have Satvik. It would be a great if you go and watch the movie. Then you will going to learn why I have given this example. Vishal, yes, it is very awesome and it is very thoughtful movie. Aditya, even I request you to go and watch the movie and you can come back. Now moving next. Now this is one of the important type of common interview style is case interview. Basically this happen in common consulting firm. It's a problem solving and analytical skill tested. Practice with framework like SWOT 5 force. If you have seen a movie of Guru 2007 where Abhishek Bachchan character built a business empire, then you can relate this case interview with that. इसमें बेसिकली होता क्या है ना, आपको एक केस दिया जाता है टू अंडरस्टैंड योर कैपेबिलिटी टू हैंडल दिस सिचुएशन. एंड इट्स अ रियल, फॉर एन एग्जांपल इफ यू गो फॉर एन इंटरव्यू, वहां पर आपको एक रियल बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम शोकेस करेंगे एंड दे विल आस्क यू फॉर द सजेशन हाउ यू कैन इम्प्लीमेंट दिस सजेशन एंड हाउ यू कैन go through this problem and how you will going to help us to get out of this problem. So this is case interview. Now coming to group interviews. Group interview is basically where multiple candidates interviews together. It assesses teamwork and leadership, stand out by contributing meaningful. ग्रुप इंटरव्यू में यू कैन सी अ टीम वर्क फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल. एक साथ बहुत सारे लोग वो सेम चीज का इंटरव्यू देते हैं एंड इट्स अ वेरी मीनिंगफुल. इफ आई गिव यू एन एग्जाम्पल, it reminds us of Chak De India, where teamwork and leadership stand out, make an impact without overshadowing others. So आपने अगर वो मूवी देखी होंगी चक दे इंडिया, at the end, like end of the movie where Shah Rukh Khan say you have 60 minutes to prove yourself and you can win the trophy, right? Same over there, if you see वहां पे कैसे टीम वर्क करके they have achieved the goal. Likewise, group interview में you will going to assign a task that you need to complete. Now stress interview. This is where जहाँ पे लोग बड़ा डर जाते हैं, नर्वस फील करते हैं. बेसिकली ये होता ही क्यों है, ताकि आपके अंदर ये देखा जाए कि हाउ यू कैन मैनेज द स्ट्रेस, how you are capable of managing the stress, how you can work under pressure. So it is designed to take composure and understand pressure. So what you have to do, you have to stay calm and professional. You have to acknowledge the challenge and navigate through it. इफ आई गिव यू एन एग्जाम्पल, आपको आपके बॉस ने या फिर इंटरव्यू में आपको ये बोल दिया गया कि इट इज़ वेरी स्ट्रेसफुल, दिस इज द एक्स टास्क यू हैव टू कंप्लीट. बट अगर आप उसमें ऐसा दिखा दे कि आई एम नॉट एबल टू कंप्लीट या आप डर गए, सो इट विल क्रिएट अ नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट. व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इंस्टेड, आपको उसमें ये आना चाहिए कि यस आई कैन डू, बट या इट मे टेक इट विल मे टेक सम टाइम. यहाँ पर आपका बेसिकली इमोशन चेक, इमोशनल लेवल चेक किया जाता है, बिहेवियर चेक किया जाता है कि आपका इमोशन क्या है. आप ऐसे लाइक छोटे छोटे प्रेशर्स में डर जाते हो, या फिर या यू आर लाइक कि हाँ मैं ये चीज कर सकता हूँ, ये चीज देकर मैं आगे बढ़ सकता हूँ. स्ट्रेस इंटरव्यू इज लाइक कि आप अगर कोई भी इंटरव्यू दे रहे हो ना, एक कोई ऐसे सिचुएशन आपको इंटरव्यूअर जरूर रखेगा जहां पर आपको फील होगा कि स्ट्रेस, और या they will going to ask you a question कि हाँ आप are you comfortable working under stress, or you are comfortable working with pressure. बिकॉज एवरी प्रोजेक्ट हैव टाइमलाइन, और वो टाइमलाइन पे प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट करना ज़रूरी रहता है एंड प्रेशर आता है. तो स्ट्रेस इंटरव्यू डिज़ाइन ही इसलिए किया गया है ताकि आपका स्ट्रेस लेवल चेक कर सके, आपके अंदर कैपेसिटी कैपेबिलिटी कितनी है. एंड प्लीज डोंट गेट नर्वस वाइल यू विल गोइंग टू हैव दिस क्वेश्चन. ऐसा ना हो कि आप ये सोच रहे हो कि मुझे ये मैं ये कैसे दूँ, ये इसका आंसर कैसे करूँ, हाउ विल आई बी एबल टू हैंडल अ स्ट्रेस. फर्स्ट टाइम ही फर्स्ट मीट में ही ये लोग मुझे ऐसा स्ट्रेस का काम दे रहे, शुड आई कंटिन्यू और नॉट. सो इट्स लाइक जस्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड द स्ट्रेस लेवल. नाउ कम द वर्चुअल इंटरव्यू. Virtual interview is one of the best interviews, I can say, because it is very common in remote hiring. It is basically of 30 minutes or more than 30 minutes, depending upon the role, skills, and the communication that will going to happen in the interview. So, if you are having a virtual interview, the very first thing I would suggest you is to have a good technology beforehand. Check your laptop, mobile, or from wherever you are giving this interview. Check all these connections are good and are connected. You have a good connectivity. Whenever you are giving the interview, virtual interview, make sure to be in a good posture and to maintain the eye contact. This is one of the basic thing you have to be in virtual interview. एंड वन मोर थिंग, भले से ही आप वर्चुअल इंटरव्यू दे रहे हो, मेक श्योर टू बी इन अ फॉर्मल अटायर. एटलीस्ट आपकी अपर बॉडी तो फॉर्मल अटायर में होनी ही चाहिए. लाइक पीके वेर आमिर खान अडेप्ट टू अ न्यू वर्ल्ड, बी कंफर्टेबल विद टेक्नोलॉजी, अडेप्ट क्विकली एंड स्टे न्यूट्रल. So now I would ask Trupti to share a poll which I have. Please raise a poll over here. I want to understand from the team.
Yes.
So, remembering Raju Rastogi from Three Idiots, sweating nervously in his interview. What is the key lesson here? What you have understood from the Raju Rastogi interview? Okay, I can see. I can see vote. Okay, I have received a good response. I think I have received a good response. I'll share the result.
Yes, we have shared the results already, Neha.
Okay,
Yes.
so avoid
You can,
stress and stay
participants as well,
confident.
you can see the,
Okay, carry a handkerchief.
yes.
Some of them, yeah, you can carry a handkerchief with you for sure. And avoid stress and stay confident. Yeah, this is the correct answer. You have to avoid stress. Don't show nervous on your face while you are giving an interview. एक छोटा सा ट्रिक बताती हूँ. वेन एवर यू आर फीलिंग लाइक कि मुझे नर्वसनेस हो रहा है, जस्ट हल्का सा अपने चेहरे पे स्माइल रखो एंड आंसर द क्वेश्चन. एंड आई एम श्योर वंस यू स्टार्ट दिस, एक बार आपका इंटरव्यू किक स्टार्ट हुआ ना, फिर आप वो फ्लो में बोलते जाओगे. जस्ट एक अ स्मॉल स्माइल ऑन योर फेस एंड बी कॉन्फिडेंट. If you don't know the answer, ठीक है, I am sorry, you can answer this. I am sorry, I don't have the knowledge about it, but for sure if you allow me some time, I'll get back to you on this. So this says कि आपके पास confidence है, you are eager to learn, and this increase the chance for you to get shortlist for the same profile. Never attend an interview under pressure. Some have also selected this. First of all, you don't have to take the pressure only. आप इंटरव्यू के लिए जा रहे हो, बी रिलैक्स, प्रेशर ना लो. आंसर ओनली इन वर्ड वर्ड रिस्पॉन्स. किसी किसी चीज के लिए यस यू कैन आंसर, जैसे यस एंड नो का आंसर हुआ, सो यू कैन आंसर दैट इन वन वर्ड, बट या फॉर रेस्ट मेक इट अ मोर डिटेल्ड वन. डिटेलिंग क्या होता है ना, दैट हेल्प and that help the interviewer to understand you more better. और जितना वो आपको अच्छे से समझेगा ना, you will going to have more chance to get that job. I think I have received a very good response. Thank you so much everyone. Now let's come. Now the very I can say बहुत ही जिसका सबको बेसब्री से इंतजार था, what preparation should I do while going for an interview. While you are a part of traditional फेस टू फेस इंटरव्यू, जहां पर आपको ऑफिस में बुलाया गया है, आप एक स्टेक होल्डर से मिलने वाले हो, इंटरव्यू देने वाले हो, what you have to keep in your mind, ऑलवेज मेक श्योर दैट यू मेंटेन आई कांटेक्ट. नजर नीचे रख के बात नहीं करना, आपको एक आई कांटेक्ट के साथ बात करना है, बिकॉज अ गुड बॉडी लैंग्वेज, अ गुड आई कांटेक्ट ऑल्सो help the chance for you to get shortlisted for that profile. Confident body language. योर बॉडी जेस्चर शुड बी लाइक, ऐसा ना हो कि आप टेबल के नीचे आपका पैर पूरा कांप रहा है, आप कांप रहे हो. इट शुड बी लाइक यू हैव अ वेरी गुड बॉडी लैंग्वेज, मेंटेन अच्छे से, सेटल डाउन इन योर सीट, एंड देन यू कैन हैव द इंटरव्यू. एंड स्ट्रक्चर रिस्पॉन्स, always make sure to follow star method. Star method is nothing but you have to say the situation, then what task you have been assigned, then what action you have taken for it, and the result. मे बी आपको इंटरव्यूअर और स्टेक होल्डर ये पूछ सकते हैं कि एक्स वाई जी प्रोजेक्ट आपके पास आया था, आपने ये सिचुएशन को कैसे हैंडल करी। तो आपके पास एक सिचुएशन है, आप वो सिचुएशन को सिचुएशन बताओ, वो सिचुएशन टास्क बताओ आपको क्या करना है, आपका उस पर एक्शन क्या रहेंगे, एंड देन रिजल्ट। दिस इज अ फ्यू टी फॉर ट्रेडिशनल फेस टू फेस इंटरव्यू। नाउ कमिंग टू पैनल इंटरव्यू, अगेन it would be a very nervous wala interview because आप एक अकेले, you have 5 to 6 member and they all are experienced and they are sitting in front of you. What you can do, address all the panelists, engage with each one, आप जितने के भी साथ हो सबके साथ engage रहो, and a balanced response to highlight teamwork and a leadership. सो सी मैंने बोला ना, फॉर पैनल इंटरव्यू इट कैन बी अ रैपिड फायर क्वेश्चन। एक क्वेश्चन पूछेगा, आप आंसर दोगे, फर्स्ट से सेकंड बंदा आपको क्वेश्चन पूछेगा एंड यू हैव टू आंसर। ना इसमें ना आपका नर्वसनेस ज्यादा इसलिए होता है बिकॉज यू विल गोइंग टू सी एन नंबर ऑफ टीम विद इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, लाइक कम से कम 4-5 लोग हो गए विद द गुड एक्सपीरियंस। आपको ये भी डर लग सकता है कि मे बी मैं आंसर ना कर पाऊँ, बट वॉट कैन शाइन यू ओवर हियर, आपका कॉन्फिडेंट। अगर you are much confident, you can share, you are much confident, you can crack the interview definitely. Now behavioral interview, basically this help you to understand like एक इंटरव्यूअर जो रहता है उसके लिए ये समझना कि आपके अंदर कितनी एम्पथी है, आपके अंदर कितना काइंडनेस है, इसीलिए बिहेवियर इंटरव्यू होता है। इसमें यूज लाइफ एक्सपीरियंस टू आंसर सिचुएशनल क्वेश्चन एंड फोकस ऑन प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एंड एडेप्टेबिलिटी। आपको इसमें क्या होगा, आपको इसमें एक सिचुएशन दी जाएंगी जिसमें आपको आंसर करना होगा। मे बी आपको कुछ ऐसे सिचुएशन दी जाएगी जो आपने पास्ट में की हो, देन हाउ यू हैव टू हैंडल दैट। नाउ टास्क बेस्ड इंटरव्यू, इसमें क्या होता है ना, you have to break down the problem systematically, show analytics thinking and explain your reason clearly. Always talk with a valid point, valid data, and whenever you are giving any interview make sure you have logic with that, so you can explain them. If in case they disagree with your answer, you have a logic, you can explain them. So over here task based में आपको वही करना है, you have to break down the problem, show your thinking, and you have to explain why you have chosen this. If I ask you why all you are attending this session, your answer must be to understand the interview process, to learn about the interview, and salary negotiation nervousness. Now coming virtual interview, whenever you are giving a virtual interview, make sure you have a good light, मिनिमल बैकग्राउंड एंड नॉइस। आपका जो बैकग्राउंड हो ना, आइदर उसे ब्लर कर दो या फिर कोई पीछे बैकग्राउंड लगा लो, एंड मेक श्योर करो कि कोई भी आपको नॉइज नहीं हो आपके आसपास। आपका इंटरनेट शुड बी वेरी स्टेबल, and yes, you have to maintain eye contact by looking at the camera. Always make sure, आप कोई भी इंटरव्यू दे रहे हो, वेदर इट्स अ ट्रेडिशनल, पैनल, बिहेवियर, टास्क, वर्चुअल, आप कुछ भी कर रहे हो, मेक श्योर टू मेंटेन अ गुड आई कॉन्टेक्ट। दिस इंक्रीज द चांस फॉर यू टू गेट शॉर्टलिस्टेड फॉर दैट स्पेसिफिक प्रोफाइल। Again, for virtual you have to be and yeah, one more thing, be in a good, like your body language should be good, you have to be in formal। ऐसा नहीं कि yes, this is a virtual interview, I can wear whatever you want, no। first 5 second, first impression is the last impression, I think you all have heard। so वो आपका फर्स्ट 5 सेकेंड प्रेजेंटेशन का ही ना आपका चांस बढ़ा देता है शॉर्टलिस्ट होने का। So whenever you are going for any interview, whether it's a traditional or virtual, make sure to be in a professional manner. Now phone interview. You might have received n number of calls when you apply on naukri.com. Yeah, hi, I am this calling from the HR, I am calling from this team. So this is basically what this that is a phone interview, जहाँ पे एक HR आपको कॉल करके आपका इंटरेस्ट पूछता है और आपका चेक करते हैं whether you are suit for this profile or not. They may ask you, tell me about yourself. They may ask you about your experience. What experience do you have? What current CTC you are holding? What are your expected CTC? Where do you stay? Will you ready to be relocated? So this is the basic question. Now, what you have to do for a phone interview? You have to speak very clearly. You have to use a positive tone whenever you are speaking and avoid long pauses. आप छोटा सा pause लेके start करो, that is okay. And make sure करो over here also you have a good connectivity, ताकि जो सामने वाला है, जो इंटरव्यू आपका ले रहा है फोन पे, वो आपको सुन सके. अगर वो आपको अच्छे से सुन सकेगा तो वो समझ के फिर ही वो आपको प्रोसीड करता है. अगर कोई सिचुएशन है जहाँ पर आपका नेटवर्क बैड है, जहाँ पर बंदे को आवाज नहीं जा रही है, देन देर इज अ चांस कि आपको वो आपकी प्रोफाइल को रिजेक्ट कर दे. सो वेन एवर यू आर गेटिंग एनी कॉल फ्रॉम दी HR, मेक श्योर कि आपका फोन कनेक्शन बहुत स्ट्रांग हो, पीछे आवाज नहीं आनी चाहिए, और जो भी क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हो आप आंसर कर पाओ. इफ इन केस आपको वो क्वेश्चन समझ में नहीं आया, या फिर आपको ऐसा हो सकता है कि वो क्वेश्चन के बारे में आप नहीं जानते, सो व्हाट यू कैन डू, in a very positive tone you can ask the interviewer, can you please repeat the question once again. अगर आप ये देख रहे हो कि सामने इंटरव्यूअर का ही नेटवर्क इश्यू है, उसकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है, तो आप उसको बोला, आई एम सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट बट आई एम अनएबल टू हियर यू प्रॉपरली. सो ये पॉजिटिव जो टोन होती है ना, आपका सिलेक्शन का चांसेस ज्यादा करती है. AI recorded interview. Now, as I told you in my Q&A also, AI is like AI is one of the trend in our industry. So, practice speaking naturally. Ensure your tone is engaged and structured. बिफोर गोइंग फॉर एनी इंटरव्यू, आपको पता है कि मेरा भी ट्रेडिशनल इंटरव्यू है या फिर मेरा फोन इंटरव्यू या मेरा वर्चुअल इंटरव्यू है, आप एक बार एआई के साथ मिलकर आप बात कर सकते हो. एआई विल बिहेव लाइक अ इंटरव्यूअर एंड ही like AI will ask you the question, and what you have to do, you can practice speaking naturally. You can ensure your tone is engaged and structured. Now, these are some of the preparation tips that I have given you, and I make sure कि आप लोग ये चीज when you go for the next interview you should remember me कि मैंने ये चीज बताई थी, and you can get back to me on this कि yes, by your session मुझे ये चीज मैंने changes की and I got a job and I got an offer. This is my expectation from you all. I hope, yes, I hope I am setting my expectation with you all by giving this session.
Yes, definitely, definitely, Neha. It was a very insightful presentation as well as a very insightful session. All the new insights, or the all the like modern technologies that have come in on the platform of interviewing that you have shared with us, definitely are useful to all of us, I think. So thank you so much for having those ideas shared with us. Now we can open the floor for questions. We have a few questions, as I can see on the chat already. Participants, you can also raise your hand to unmute to directly ask your question to Neha. Till the time we have participants raise their hands, so we can take questions on the chat itself. Abhinandan is asking how to negotiate salary, which is a very important question. I think many of
Okay,
we facing. Yes, please go ahead.
sure. Abhinandan and any team. If you feel ना आपके पास वो चीज की स्किल है, company will pay you. Make sure to be expert in that area. See, being into HR, I make sure कि I am expert in
Correct.
recruitment. So when I am giving an interview, now I don't have to negotiate with the employer. What they do, they find the skill. They find कि हाँ ये बंदी कर सकती है और ये बंदी कर लेंगी, इसके पास ये कैपेबिलिटी है. ये चीज होने की वजह से ना, इफ आई आस्क एंड इफ आई डिमांड फॉर एनी ऑफ द क्वेश्चन, एनी ऑफ द सैलरी, दे गिव मी.
Hmm.
सो मेक श्योर टू हैव द एक्सपर्टीज ऑफ दैट स्किल. एक कोई स्किल लो इन योर लाइफ एंड मेक श्योर कि आप उसके एकदम, आई कैन से यू आर द किंग ऑफ दैट स्किल. आपसे अच्छा वो स्किल में कोई है ही नहीं. और इफ द वे यू प्रेजेंट योर सेल्फ, लाइक सम ऑफ द पीपल कैसे होता है ना कि दे मेक श्योर कि उनके पास स्किल है बट दे डोंट नो द टेक्निक टू प्रेजेंट इट.
Correct.
आप अपने आप को इतने अच्छे से प्रेजेंट करो ना, द कंपनी वुड बी लाइक कि यस, I can go for this. I can go for this employee. I can trust this employee. So I think I have answered the negotiation part.
Yes, definitely you have answered it very brilliantly, Neha. So the next question, as of the most important question that I can see as of now, is how to explain gap in professional experience. Since a lot of the young professionals, as well as the senior most professionals, maybe like especially the women, have a gap in their professional experience. So Aditya is asking how to explain gap in professional experience.
So Aditya and team. So what I would suggest, whenever you have a gap, say the genuine reason to the company and
Hmm.
showcase your skills over here. Ki yeah, this is the reason I have a gap, and this is the project, and showcase your past basically कि आपने past में ये सारे project किया and that's the reason you are here. एंड मे बी देखो, हर किसी की लाइफ में कुछ ना कुछ सर्कमस्टेंस होता है कि जिसकी वजह से गैप होता है. सो मेक श्योर करो कि आप जो भी आंसर कर रहे हो इट इज वेल स्ट्रक्चर्ड.
Hmm.
इट इज लाइक यू आर द मास्टर ऑफ दैट आंसर. एंड इफ यू हैव अ गैप, से द जेन्युइन रीजन. इंटरव्यूअर को घुमाओ मत आप,
Hmm.
बिकॉज जो सामने वाला बंदा आपके बैठा है ना, वो मच एक्सपीरियंस्ड होता है वो फील्ड में,
Correct.
एंड ही नो व्हाट. सो आई वुड सजेस्ट कि आप जेन्युइन आंसर दो. आई थिंक समर्थ को कोई
Yes.
क्वेश्चन है.
Yes, that is a definitely like going back to Aditya's question and your answer to that. Definitely, Aditya, you can take her advice because she is like that advice is directly coming from an HR. So please be genuine in your answering that question. And moving on to Samarth. Yes, you can unmute Samarth.
Yes. Okay. Good morning, madam.
गुड
I
मॉर्निंग.
understand virtual interview and group interview, panel interview. Not understand this point. 3 points I not understand.
ओके. पैनल इंटरव्यू इज लाइक, आपने यूपीएससी का इंटरव्यू देखा है कोई यूट्यूब पर? आई वुड सजेस्ट आप एक बार यूपीएससी का इंटरव्यू देखो, जहां पर आप एक बैठे आप इंटरव्यू देते हो और आपके सामने इंटरव्यू लेने के लिए 5 से 6 लोग रहते हैं.
Okay, madam.
That is panel interview. Next, you
Yes.
have asked for which interview?
Virtual interview.
Virtual interview. मैं
Hmm.
जैसे आपके साथ कनेक्ट हुई हूँ आज.
Hmm.
इट्स अ वर्चुअल इंटरव्यू. सपोज
Yes.
करो तृप्ति एंड आई वर हैविंग एन इंटरव्यू. वो मुझसे क्वेश्चन पूछ रही थी, मैं उसे आंसर दे रही थी, राइट? इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ इंटरव्यू वर्चुअली. वहां जहाँ पे सी आई एम इन अ प्रोफेशनल मैनर, आई हैव अ गुड बैकग्राउंड, आई हैव अ गुड कनेक्टिविटी, आई हैव अ गुड टोन, आई एम मेंटेनिंग इन आई कॉन्टैक्ट. दिस इज व्हाट वर्चुअल इंटरव्यू इज.
And a group interview.
ग्रुप इंटरव्यू बेसिकली क्या होता है ना कि वहां पे एक जैसे लाइक एक पूरी टीम को ग्रुप डिस्कशन होता है बेसिकली, जहां
Okay.
पर आपको एक टॉपिक दी जाएंगे और वहां पे ग्रुप डिस्कशन होगा. फॉर एन एग्जांपल, आज मुझे ये टॉपिक मिली है एंड वी आर हैविंग अ डिस्कशन. इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ ग्रुप डिस्कशन, ग्रुप इंटरव्यू आल्सो.
Yes, madam.
आई होप समत आई हैव आंसर्ड यू.
Yes, I
एंड
understand.
thank you. And even I'll be sharing my LinkedIn profile with you all on the chat. If you have any question and if you want to connect me in future, you can connect me on LinkedIn and we can have a discussion on this.
Yes. Thank you for doing that, Neha. So we'll move on to another question from Abhinandan that he has shared on chat. He has asked why you switched from, like, how he actually wants you to answer, help him answer this question that he might have been asked, why you switched from multiple companies in limited time frame, and how you he wants you to answer how do you answer this question to if an interview asks you this.
First of all, I would suggest कि आप लोग मेक श्योर करो कि यू डोंट हैव मच फ्लक्चुएशन।
Hmm.
एंड इफ अगर आप के पास कोई ऐसी कंपनी है वेर यू हैव वर्कड ओनली फॉर 3 मंथ और ओनली फॉर 6 मंथ, व्हाट, ओके, इफ यू हैव एनीथिंग जहां पर आपको 3 मंथ या 1 मंथ का एक्सपीरियंस है, लेट देम नो द जेन्युइन रीजन
Hmm.
कि why you have switched this. Maybe see, it's okay when you say कि yeah I don't like the company environment, it's okay and we do understand. मेरे पास भी बहुत सारे इंटरव्यूज मैं खुद लेती हूँ जहाँ पे लोग बोलते हैं कि जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ कंपनी, क्योंकि कभी कभी कंपनी भी ऐसा होता है कि दे डोंट पे यू ऑन टाइम। दिस इज वन
Hmm.
ऑफ द मेजर रीजन जहाँ पे लोग कंपनी स्विच करते हैं। एंड इफ यू हैव अ गैप मेंशन द जेन्युइन रीजन कि हाँ इस वजह से मैंने छोड़ा था, इस वजह से ये रीजन था। एंड आई वुड गिव यू एन एडवाइस ओवर हियर, आपको अगर सब चीज अच्छी लग रही है, कंपनी अच्छी लग रही है, एटलीस्ट स्पेंड 3 to 4 year इन अ कंपनी,
Hmm.
डोंट जंप फ्रिक्वेंटली। आपका अगर फ्रीक्वेंसी हुई है जंप करने की, दे मे बी बिकॉज ऑफ सम रीजन एंड आई डू अंडरस्टैंड कि वो रीजन क्यों होगा। एक्सप्लेन देम इन ए वेरी वेल एंड स्ट्रक्चर मैनर। ऐसा नहीं कि बस हम
Hmm.
फॉर एन एग्जांपल आई वाज इन एक्स कंपनी, आई लेफ्ट इट बिकॉज ऑफ माय पर्सनल रीजन, आई वाज इन वाई कंपनी, आई लेफ्ट इट बिकॉज ऑफ माय पर्सनल रीजन।
Hmm.
You have, what you have to do, you have to talk about your
Correct.
achievement you did in your previous company, कि maybe you have achieved something.
Hmm.
We all have some skills and we all have the capability to achieve जो भी आपका है ना, like for an example आपका जो भी आपने अचीव किया है लाइफ में, show them आपका अचीवमेंट। आपका जो ये आंसर गैप वाला आंसर है ना वो कवर अप कर लेगा कि व्हाट वी विल थिंक, यार बॉस ये बंदे ने बहुत अचीव किया लाइफ में वी शुड गिव हिम अ चांस, नॉट जस्ट टू रिजेक्ट दिस प्रोफाइल। So always make sure to give the genuine reason and to share your achievement. These two advice I would give you.
Yes, thank you, Neha, for answering that question again. Since I'm just going through the chat box, we have a few questions on the language skills, the specifically English skills, because a lot of participants, a lot of interviewers, specifically, are focusing on like their expectation is that interviewer will ask them to only speak in English, or in any other language is not
That
generally accepted. Is what their question is. How do you balance that out?
for sure. See, first of all, whenever you are going in any interview, पहला तो एक चीज ये होता है कि you go and you are they will ask, start question and you can say by yourself I am more comfortable and I'm more
Hmm.
comfortable to go ahead for
Hmm.
Hindi. And
Hmm.
second thing, you have to be very well prepared with the subject. Maybe if you
Hmm.
are going for an HR interview, make sure कि आप उसके background को अच्छे से understand करो and be prepared for the same.
Hmm.
Point number three, if they ask you, and what you can do now, I'll give you a piece of advice over here. Always start your like your this. Always start your interview with English. धीरे धीरे मूविंग फॉरवर्ड व्हाट यू कैन डू इट 50% इंग्लिश में बात कर सकते हैं 50% हिंदी में। इट शुड
Correct.
बी लाइक अ बैलेंस्ड वन
Hmm.
based on the situation.
Hmm.
Like example if I as like see today's like अभी आप में से कोई Q&A कर रहे हो over here you can see I am in English, I am in Hindi also, right?
Hmm.
इट इज आई एम बैलेंसिंग इट। मैं आपको हिंदी में भी
Correct.
आंसर दे रही हूँ, मैं आपको इंग्लिश में भी आंसर दे रही हूँ। सो सेम हाउ यू हैव टू बी स्मार्ट ओवर हियर। आपको इतना स्मार्ट होना है, आपको जो आता है ना वो चीज इंग्लिश में बोल दो, जो चीज नहीं आती ना वो चीज हिंदी में बोल दो। दिस इज हाउ यू विल गोइंग टू बैलेंस इट।
Correct. Yes. Thank you so much for giving that insight. It's very important to feel comfortable and confident in whatever language you want to speak in. And definitely also, like you shared, you have to convey it to the interviewer as well. Right. So that goes a long way.
True.
Thank you for sharing that, Neha. So Nilesh Kumar has asked to unmute him. So we'll just take his question first. We have a few very important questions in the chat box itself. So yes, Nilesh, you can please go ahead. Then we'll take those questions. Yes,
Hello.
Nilesh. Yes.
Hi,
Yes,
ma'am.
Nilesh.
Yeah, very good afternoon,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon.
मैम, मुझे एक प्रॉब्लम है, जैसे कि 13 ईयर ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस है, एंड 1.5 ईयर लाइक मैं अभी घर पर हूँ। इंडिया में मैंने 6 ईयर वर्क किया इन प्रोक्योरमेंट, परचेज, लॉजिस्टिक्स एंड एससीएम डिपार्टमेंट। उसके बाद 6 ईयर मैं इंडिया से बाहर बहरीन में था, अप्रॉक्सीमेटली
Okay.
6 ईयर 2 मंथ्स। वहाँ से आने के बाद अभी मैं थोड़ा घर पे हूँ, फैमिली के लिए टाइम नहीं दे पाया। तो अब यहाँ पे जॉब सर्चिंग कर रहे हैं, तो सर्चिंग करने के ड्यूरेशन में जैसे मेरी सैलरी पैकेज की बात आती है, तो वहाँ पर आ, कैसे मैं कन्वे करूँ, या थोड़ी सी डिफिकल्टी होती है, बिकॉज लाइक मैं परचेज एग्जीक्यूटिव पे वर्क कर रहा था
हम्म।
दिल्ली पे। तो यहाँ आने के बाद सेम प्रोफाइल में उस लेवल की सैलरी नहीं अफोर्ड कर पाती है इंडस्ट्री में। तो मैं उनको कैसे कन्वे करूँ कि ओके, मैं कंफर्ट हूँ इस सैलरी रेंज के लिए, या वो उनका कंसिडरेशन रहता है कि आप एक सैलरी रेंज बताइए। जैसे मैं अभी 30 या 40% भी लेस करता हूँ, तो उस जोन पे भी फिट होता हूँ नहीं होता हूँ, वो जल्दी कन्वे नहीं हो पाते।
Then there are two things over here. Okay. So there are two things. Understand your like your problem. देखो यहाँ पे कैसा होता है ना, फर्स्ट आई थिंक इफ यू हैव दिस मच ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस यू हैव टू शोकेस इट इन इन इंटरव्यू विथ सी। आपको 13 ईयर का एक्सपीरियंस है जो बहुत बड़ी बात होती है। यू हैव एक्सपर्टीज, शो योर एक्सपर्टीज फर्स्ट कि बॉस आई कैन डू दिस, आई कैन डू दिस, आई हैव डन दिस इन द पास्ट कंपनी। शोकास्ट योर एक्सपर्टीज, शोकास्ट योर अचीवमेंट ओवर ईयर कि मेरे पास ये चीजें हैं। एंड कमिंग या देर आर सम फैक्टर जहाँ आउट इंडिया में आपको ज्यादा सैलरी मिलती है वो सेम चीज पर यहाँ पे मे बी आपको कम मिलती है। देर आई थिंक यू हैव टू निगोशिएट अ लिटिल बिट। मे बी वॉट यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग यू विल नॉट गेट, बट एकदम ऐसा भी नहीं है कि कुछ ही ना मिले, मिलेगा। बट मेक श्योर कि आपका इंटरव्यू स्टाइल बहुत अच्छा हो, आपकी एक्सपर्टीज हो उसमें, आपका अचीवमेंट हो उसमें।
राइट।
यस।
तो थैंक यू फॉर योर एडवाइस मैम।
थैंक यू सो मच।
आई
Thank you,
विल
Nilesh, for the question.
यूज।
Yes, I hope your question has been answered. Yes, thank you so much, Nihar, also for sharing your answer with Nilesh, according to like based on his individual query. So we'll move on to another important question, which Rishikesh has mentioned on the chat. He is asking, why are you leaving your current job? How do you answer this particular question?
So there are way to answer this question. You can say, yeah, I want to live this. I want to grow professionally as well as personally. If I'm
Hmm.
saying the word professionally, it says that I want to learn. I want to explore more thing. I want to explore new thing. I have completed this number of year in this company. Now I think I want to grow more. Now, personally, it's even yeah. इसके बाद once you say this, you can even say this also. Yeah, from money like monetary benefit also I am going ahead for a change
Hmm.
personally, to develop my skill। देखो क्या होता है ना, आप एक ही जगह एक ही प्रोफाइल में 3 से 4 साल दे देते हो ना, आप खुद बोर हो जाओगे, आप कुछ नया सीखोगे नहीं। सो ऑलवेज मेक श्योर कि आप टेक्नोलॉजी से, आप मार्केट से खुद को अपडेट रखो।
Hmm.
So yeah, even you are changing, you can smartly answer this question that yeah, I am looking for a change professionally and personally both. If you ask me for professionally, I am looking for a change to to grow myself, to align my goal with the organization, and if personally to improve my skills। मे बी मैं आज स्किल एक्सेल में बहुत अच्छा हूँ, बट आपकी कंपनी में या फिर मुझे पर्सनली एडवांस एक्सेल में या एमआईएस में जाना है, and I'm
Hmm.
getting an opportunity to work. So I will make sure that I'll give my 110% to you. So this
Correct.
is the way you can answer this in a smart manner.
That's a very that was actually very tricky question to answer an interviewer. Thank you for making that easy for all of our participants. Manik Rao has raised his hand. He wants you to he wants to unmute. Yes, Manik, you can please go ahead. Manik Rao Kadam. Yes.
Yes. First of all, thank you very much, Trupti and Neha, for this session. So, in brief, I will give the introduction for myself. I am working in a MNC company with experience of 21 years. Currently, my position is Assistant General Manager. So, whatever the sessions we conduct from beginning, it's very nice sessions. But I hope most of the peoples they have not a good experience. I think the experience comes around 10 to 13 years.
Hmm.
But when I gone through the interview, because as I am working as a AGM, so I take a
Hmm.
interview of lot of candidates for different departments. So what I observed, as mentioned by Neha, the answer should be in the correct way. When you going to attend any interview for the any organization, first of all you need to make a study for which
Hmm.
organization and for which position you are going to face the interview. So why I observed the some most of the candidates
Hmm.
they comes as a, oh, we need to go the for the interview, and this makes your bad impression in
Hmm.
front of the interviewer. So what I observed, the confidence for the candidates are very less. Second, the eye contact, as you mentioned, and there is no not a correct preparation for that interview. For if you are going to for any positions, first of all you need to make a points. What points we need to follow, and this is the one factor I observed. And currently, what I observed in India, the communication gap is very less, very less.
Hmm.
Most of the
And
candidates they coming from the rural area. Some candidates they are from the urban area. There is the education gaps. Those candidates are from the in Marathi language. Some of them are in English language. But it not a make any excuses, because the interviewer are asking the current communications, and what you are explaining, that should be a good, that should be understand for the interviewer. And if you are not comfortable in any language, first of all you declare or you make, I'm not comfortable
Right.
with English, I can go to Hindi or I can go to the Marathi. If you are trying to explain your interview, or you are trying to give the interview in those language for which language you are not confident, it make your impression is very bad. And the one questions asked by my colleagues, what we
Hmm.
need to explain why you are quit the job. I observed that lot of candidates they are giving the negativity for the existing organizations. This is not the correct way. You need
Hmm.
to give the your reasons. You need to go for the betterment, that reasons you need to give. But you are asking, no, that organization is like this. But the question arises, why you go to that organization?
Hmm.
This is the one factor. And simply when you are going to face the interview, your personality development is very important. So this is the
Absolutely.
factor. And
true.
some yeah, and some colleagues ask for the money. Money definitely will come with you, but for that you need to prove yourself. If you
True.
link, if you're trying to link your package at the beginning of the organization, definitely money will come, don't come. If I sorry for that, I'm not able to give the myself, but I joined in one Indian organization for the package of 50,000. But
Hmm.
after 20 years my package is I'm not I don't want to give that package right now. But you need to prove yourself, because the
Hmm.
competition is very tough. For one position more than thousands employees they are coming for the interviews. And the last suggestion, definitely you need to align your knowledge with current scenario. If you told I take a degree from one of the best government college, doesn't matter. If you start your career, the educational background is only for the startup. Afterwards, if you want to work in the private sector, you need to prove. There should not be any alternative. If you prove yourself, definitely money will come to you. This is my input for the all colleagues.
I think you have shared a wonderful insight with us. Even it is very good. Yeah, I agree with all your points. या वो ये एक है ना, थ्री इडियट्स में आमिर खान ने बोला है, आई वुड सजेस्ट पैसे के पीछे मत भागो, भागो स्किल्स के पीछे
Yes,
भागो, आपके पास
exact.
स्किल्स है तो आपके पास पैसा पीछे आएगा ही आएगा.
Yes,
So this
perfect.
is one thing I would like to say, बी द मास्टर ऑफ द स्किल. आपके पास
Yes.
वो स्किल है ना, तो कंपनी आपको फॉर श्योर वो चीज का पैसा देगी.
एंड इसमें मैम एक है, आपको डेली अपग्रेड होना चाहिए. द बेस्ट एग्जांपल
हाँ.
इज नोकिया. नोकिया मोबाइल everyone knows, but where is Nokia company? The HMT tractor, I think you people knows where is the HMT tractor, because they are not aligned with the current scenario. They are not changed their selves with the current scenario. That's why they out of these industries, they are out of these markets. So if you want to earn money, if you want to make your position, you need to align your knowledge, your all aspects with the current scenario. Otherwise you will be out of this competition.
True, agreed. Update is very important to be with
Yes.
market trend. Like
Yes.
as of now, AI is going. यहाँ पे अभी बहुत लोगों को ऐसा लगता है AI will going to get my job. AI आ गया तो मेरी जॉब चली जाएगी. No boss, AI will not going to take your job. AI will make your job easy. But
Yes.
for that you have to be updated.
Yeah, yeah.
आपको AI क्या है वही नहीं पता तो फिर for sure.
Yeah,
But
sure.
if you know the update, you know how to use AI, and you know how you can use your AI in your daily activities. For sure, AI will going to make your job easy. If I give you a छोटा सा example ना, many of us don't know how to draft a mail. आप AI को बस subject लिख के दे दो, AI will going to draft a mail for you in a very
Gem,
professional tone.
Gemini AI, Chat GPT.
Gemini, Chat
Yeah.
GPT, all
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Yes, yes.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah. So, friends, first of all, you upgrade your knowledge, develop your personality, develop your communication skill. Definitely, you will get the better job in better industries. Yeah,
Yes,
it's
thank
from
you
my
so
side.
much. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing your insights, Manikra, because you are much experienced professional in the domain. It's a very good insight from you and for your participants as well. That's a very good addition to the session. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, there are a lot of questions still in the chat box. Due to the time constraint, we'll be only taking two of them. The other ones, as of now, I can see are on repeat, about filling the gap in your job. If anybody would like to unmute and share his question, we'll be just taking one another question. So Vishakha is asking if interviewers are asking for the expected salary. Oh, sorry, I've missed that question. Again, it has gone up. Then we have to say the proper salary, proper term of this proper salary in amount, or should we? How should we go about it?
So this is the one of the major question.
Hmm.
So, first understand why they are saying you the expectation. आपको एक इंटरव्यूअर या फिर एक एचआर ये क्वेश्चन क्यों पूछता है कि आपकी एक्सपेक्टेशन कितनी है.
Hmm.
The very one reason, major reason, to align it with the budget. पहले तो वो ये चेक करता है मे बी यू विल बी ऑन 3 LPA बट माई बजट इज 5 LPA. लेट मी कॉल हर. और आपने अगर 6 LPA बोल दिया तो इट वुड बी लाइक अ क्वेश्चन, ओके शुड आई गो अहेड विद द कैंडिडेट. ओवर हियर आप एकदम स्मार्टली काम कर लो. व्हाट यू कैन डू, यू कैन से यस आई एम, सी फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल अंडरस्टैंड योर वैल्यू इन मार्केट. पहले तो रिसर्च करो कि आपकी जो मार्केट वैल्यू है वो कितनी है. वो हिसाब से आप अपना एक्सपेक्टेशन रख सकते हो. और ज्यादातर लोग क्या करते हैं ना, दे हैव अ दिस वन, या आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग अ स्टैंडर्ड हाइक ऑफ 30%. आई एम एज पर कंपनी स्टैंडर्ड. ये वाला तो कभी नहीं बोलना कि एज पर कंपनी स्टैंडर्ड. ये क्या, दिस शोज दैट कि यस द कैंडिडेट कम इन एनी सैलरी. नो,
Hmm.
show, say some percentage, not even 30%. Yeah, I know the market value is this, so I am expecting about this because I have this skills and this expertise with me.
Hmm.
लेट देम नो कि आप अगर इतना सैलरी मांग रहे हो तो क्यों मांग रहे हो. लेट देम नो योर अचीवमेंट, योर स्किल, योर एक्सपर्टीज. इफ जस्ट अ पर्सन, इफ ही इज अ फ्रेशर एंड ही इज सेइंग कि या मैंने तो ये नॉलेज रखी है एंड आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग दिस, तो वो थोड़ा क्वेश्चन आता है कि वेदर शुड आई गो अहेड और नॉट. बट या इफ यू आर एक्सप्लेनिंग देम लाइक अ वे आई टोल्ड यू, yeah, I
Hmm.
am expecting this amount of salary because the market standard is this, and I feel that I will be a perfect, and I'll feel that I am a fit to the organization because I have this much of expertise with me and I have this much of skills with me. सो इससे क्या
Correct.
होगा ना, इट विल हेल्प देम टू अंडरस्टैंड यू. और फिर एज आई टोल्ड यू, मैंने पहले भी बहुत बार बोला कि स्किल्स स्किल्स के पीछे भागो. स्किल्स है ना तुम्हारे पास तो तुम्हें पे की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी. एक्सपर्ट, इफ यू आर द एक्सपर्ट ऑफ इट, आज आप एआई की भी एक्सपर्ट पर बन जाओगे ना, तो यू कैन गो एंड सर्च इन मार्केट की एआई एक्सपर्ट की कितना पैकेज मिलता है. सो प्लीज मेक श्योर माई फ्रेंड्स दैट यू आर एक्सपर्ट इन योर फील्ड. Be a specialist to your field.
ओके मैम, थैंक यू फॉर योर सजेशन। बट मुझे ये जानना है कि अगर मैंने एक्सपेक्टेड सैलरी की रिसर्च करना है कि मेरा जो डोमेन है उसमें क्या मार्केट वैल्यू है, तो वो कैसे रिसर्च कर सकते हैं?
आपके पास एआई है, जस्ट एआई पे वो क्वेश्चन डाल दो. आई एम श्योर कि वो
ओके।
एआई बहुत अच्छे से आंसर करेगा. स्टिल वी हैव नौकरी विद अस, राइट? आप अपने जॉब का वो देखो कि वो वहां पे उसकी वैल्यू क्या है. जैसे फॉर एन एग्जांपल, इफ आई एम लुकिंग फॉर एन एचआर, अगर मैं एक एचआर को ढूंढ रही हूँ या फिर मैं खुद के लिए भी एक जॉब ढूंढ रही हूँ विथ माई इयर्स ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस, आई सी ऑन गूगल, आई गो थ्रू रिव्यू, आई सी ऑन नौकरी की मार्केट में क्या चल रहा है एंड मार्केट में कौन सा ट्रेंड चल रहा है, वो भी इंपॉर्टेंट है. जस्ट बीइंग इन टू एचआर और मैं ट्रेडिशनल मोड पर काम कर रही हूँ कि बस हाँ भाई, बंदा पोस्ट करो, जॉब पोस्टिंग करो, बंदा इंटरव्यू के लिए आ रहा है, इंटरव्यू लो और जाने दो, सिर्फ ये कर रही हूँ, तो आई कैन नॉट एक्सपेक्ट अ सैलरी. बट या इफ आई एम डूइंग एआई ड्रिविंग इंटरव्यू, मैं
Hmm.
एआई को पहले ही रख ले रही हूँ कि वो मेरा कैंडिडेट शॉर्टलिस्ट करके दे, मतलब कैंडिडेट मुझे ढूंढकर एआई इंटरेस्ट निकाल कर दे, देन आई एम कॉलिंग द कैंडिडेट. तो वो चीज क्या होती है ना, स्किल्स और एक्सपर्टीज वहां पे भी मैटर करती है. सो आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट, अगर आपको ढूंढना है, वी
Correct.
हैव एआई. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल एआई पे चले जाओ, वी हैव नौकरी, वी हैव रिव्यू सेक्शंस
Hmm.
आल्सो. इन नौकरी वी कॉल इट एज एम्बिशियन बॉक्स. वहां पर आपको आप जो कंपनी में जा रहे हो या फिर आप जो पोजीशन पे हो उसकी क्या मार्केट वैल्यू है पता चल जाएगी.
Hmm.
ओके मैम, थैंक यू सो मच।
थैंक यू.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Vishaka, for that question. Just one last question because Harsh has actually asked this question multiple times, and I think we it's important to answer his question. He's asking, how do you fill the gap of COVID period as he has done nothing in those 2 years he has mentioned. So, how to answer about it in an interview?
ओके, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल डोंट शो कि तुमने कुछ नहीं किया है. This is the very
Hmm.
like basic thing I would say. Never show your negative side to the interviewer या फिर आप कहीं पे भी इंटरव्यू के लिए जा रहे हो, बिकॉज उससे क्या होता है ना, एक नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट होता है. ठीक है. नाउ सी,
Correct.
इट्स आई कैन से इट्स कंप्लीटली ओके टू हैव अ गैप ड्यूरिंग द कोविड पीरियड, बिकॉज बहुत सारे लोगों ने सेम सिचुएशन वो की है. इवन लाइक वी हैव कंपनीज ने ले ऑफ भी किया, दैट इज ओके. नाउ you can say like this, during the covid period I took a break to focus on personal well-being and family's responsibility. However, I remained updated with the industry trends. आप अगर ऐसे करके आंसर करोगे ना कि हाँ मे बी मैंने कोविड, लाइक कोविड वाज अ चांस वेयर आई कैन लुक आफ्टर मी एंड माय फैमिली, मैंने चीजों से ब्रेक लिया, बट या आई मेक श्योर कि मैं मार्केट का जो भी ट्रेंड था उससे सब कुछ किया. एंड यू कैन ऑलवेज से कि मैं कुछ ना कुछ वो टाइम पे सीखा ही हो. Or even you can even say like the during the pandemic, well, I wasn't formally employed, I took the opportunity to enhance my skills. आप देखो, अगर आपने कोविड के टाइम देखा होगा ना, बहुत सारी कंपनीज या बहुत सारी एजेंसी ना डिजिटल मार्केटिंग बहुत ऐसे रैपिडली उठा था, एंड ऑनलाइन स्किल्स बहुत ऐसे उठी थी। अगर आपने कुछ भी एक चीज की है ना, टू मेंशन दैट, इससे क्या होगा ना, इट विल हेल्प, like you can say, it will help me to stay engaged and prepare for future opportunity. एंड इफ यू वैस जॉब सर्चिंग बट आपको रोल नहीं मिला कोविड के टाइम पे, सो यू कैन से द मार्केट वाज क्वाइट अनसर्टन ड्यूरिंग कोविड, एंड व्हाइल आई वाज एक्टिवली looking for an opportunity, I focused on improving my skill and staying update with the industry trend. Even you can, आप ऐसे भी बोल सकते हो, I also took some time to reflect on my career goal, which have has helped me approach my job search more strategically now. So ये सारे ways होते हैं where you can smartly answer all these questions.
Correct. Correct.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Neha, for making this very, very clear. We have another last question now from Anand. He has asked us to unmute, so we'll take this last question and we will be moving forward to concluding the session. Yes, Anand Singh, please unmute yourself.
Hello, ma'am. This is Pooja. Actually, this is my husband's name on the Zoom, so it captured quickly in between. Actually, I logged in into the session in between. So, hello, ma'am. Actually, my question is that I was a working professional in 2000. I started my job in 2012
Hmm.
and worked up to 2014. And
Hmm.
after that, after my marriage and I have kids, I'm handling and I have joined this course, business analytics. So I am, planning to go into the market and going for this jobs, interviews, and all this. I have a gap of around, I think so, maybe 8 to 9 years. Yeah, so I have a complex of, now new youth is there, new technology is there, new skill set is there. My age would be a bit, kind of 30 plus. So I have these kind of, doubts in my mind if I go to the market and looking for job, because my position is a mid-level manager sort of position. I worked in a corporates as a HR consultants, big MNCs, a good exposure, you can say. So I am focusing on new trends and skills. But however, I have a doubt that if I'll go for an interviews, so what kind of, questions and what kind of things they're expecting from candidates? Because youth now, they are equipped with lots of technology and smartness and, lots of other things also. So how can I, make these similarity between me and other candidates? Where is the gap? And if you can help me out, something.
For sure. See, first of all, na, mention the real genuine reason why you have taken a gap of so long. And first of all, I would like to say a thank you कि after इतना struggle you are thinking कि मेरा career कुछ है.
Yes, ma'am.
I would say a thank you कि मतलब आप सोच रहे हो कि I should go.
No, ma'am. Actually, the thing is, I kind of a girl that is very much okay with the work kind of a thing, but I got in a circle of family sort of a thing. I was not able to get out. Now, I am very much excited and to go out and do my things because I have made something for my family. So I am from beginning itself. I was planning to go out and do my things, go out and I tried so many things because I was a principal at schools, two schools, but that was not my interest. I want to go for a corporate lines. That was my interest. So after so long time, I'm restarting again. So that was my, from beginning itself, that was my choice to go for these lines because I have a capabilities and skills and knowledge about these things. So I need your suggestion.
For sure. Over here ना पूजा, what you have to do ना, to start with, the thing is that आपको ना 9 साल का gap हो गया है. So this is something which is a missing in your profile. It's a gap. ठीक है. So see, I would suggest you, either you can start as a fresh. आप उनको ये बोलो कि या आई हैव दैट एक्सपीरियंस, आई हैव ये चीजें हैं, आई हैव दैट एक्सपर्टीज विथ मी, एंड यू कैन स्टार्ट विथ अ फ्रेश. एज ऑफ नाउ अभी आपके करियर के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है आपको किक स्टार्ट मिलना. So I would request you not to look after the salary, not look after the position and nothing. But yeah, you can just kickstart your career. क्योंकि गैप हुआ है, मे बी आपको वो चीज आती होगी बट इंटरव्यू जो ले रहा है ना वो ये चीज नहीं समझेगा कि ये बंदी को आती है, बिकॉज यू कैन नॉट शो दैट
Yes, ma'am.
ऑन पेपर.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
But
ma'am.
what you can carry with you can carry your confidence with you can carry your knowledge with you. मे बी आप जो भी कंपनी के लिए इंटरव्यू के लिए जा रहे हो ना, मेक श्योर करो कि आप वो कंपनी की चीजें जानो.
Yes, ma'am.
सेकेंड थिंग, आपका जो भी डोमेन है उसमें क्या मार्केट ट्रेंड है वो चीज के ऊपर जान लो. ये दो चीज भी अगर आपने कर लेना, आई एम डैम श्योर कि आपको एक ना एक ऑफर तो जरूर मिलेगा मार्केट से.
Yes, ma'am. I was into HR earlier. So, yes, मैम. तो आजकल जो ट्रेंड है वो एचआर एनालिटिक्स है, एचआर का डेटा भी है.
ट्रू ट्रू ट्रू.
बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. इट इज वेरी हॉट इन मार्केट बिकॉज घर पे बैठे ही थोड़ा नॉलेज देखते रहते हैं. बट वही थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लेक्स लगता है कि हमसे भी अच्छे बहुत बच्चे हैं और बहुत सारे यूथ है. आई फॉल इनटू दैट, बट फिर भी थोड़ा सा लगता है कि नहीं, गैप के साथ. और दूसरा मैम कॉम्प्लेक्स ये भी आता है कि मैंने एक अच्छा जॉब था, आई वाज मिड लेवल. तो एकदम से अगर मैं बिगिनर से स्टार्ट करूंगी तो थोड़ा सा कॉन्फिडेंस डाउन चला जाएगा. ये बहुत मुझे लगता है कि ऐसा, यू नो.
दैट्स द प्रॉब्लम ना. आपने नेगेटिव माइंडसेट अपना बना के रखा है. यू आर थिंकिंग कि मेरा करियर गैप है, मुझे जॉब नहीं मिलेगी. नो
यस.
dude, you will going to receive a job, but yeah, perfect job के लिए थोड़ा रुक लो. And
यस.
even I would suggest कि we have online platforms like Udemy.
हम्म.
आप यूडेमी से ना, यू जस्ट स्पेंड 500 to 1000 रुपीज और वहां पे आप स्किल्स डेवलप कर सकते हो. एंड यू कैन शोकेस दैट इन योर सीवी ऑल्सो. क्योंकि एक यूडेमी का आपने एक भी कोर्स किया ना, इट विल गोइंग टू हेल्प यू टू गेट अ गुड जॉब. दिस
मैम
इज जस्ट अ
यूडमी है
पीस
ना?
ऑफ सजेशन.
ओके, यूडमी है ना मैम?
यूडेमी, यस.
बिकॉज आजकल मैम रिज्यूमे में इफ वी राइट दिस ईटीएल एक्सट्रैक्शन एंड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन लोडिंग sort of a stuff which we do in this analytics also people are saying that there are lots of job regarding this ETL skill set because they're requiring for this analytics kind of a thing. uh, I think that is also a good start also to know the skills and things.
आई वुड सजेस्ट ना, अभी हमारे मार्केट में ना, एचआर मार्केट में डेटा इज प्लेइंग अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. डेटा ड्रिवन डिसीजन बहुत लिया जाता है. एग्जाम्पल सी, यू आर फ्रॉम एचआर, यू कैन रिलेट विथ मी. रिक्रूटमेंट में एक रिक्रूटर का क्या दिया जाता है कि दिस इज द टैट. आपने ये टैट में आपने कितनी पोजीशन क्लोज की. एंड
Yes.
दिस इज डन विद द हेल्प ऑफ डेटा ड्रिवन. सो इफ
Yes.
यू वांट यू कैन बी अ पार्ट ऑफ डेटा ड्रिवन, जहां पर बस आप एक MIS का आई कैन सी एडवांस लेवल है वो, जहां पर आप अगर यू आर गुड विथ एक्सेल, यू आर गुड विथ डेटा एनालिटिक्स, आई एम
Mm.
श्योर कि आपका ये जो गैप है ना वो मैटर नहीं करेगा. एंड डेटा उसमें क्या होता है ना, दे गिव यू अ प्रोजेक्ट टू डू, एंड इफ यू डू दैट प्रोजेक्ट वेरी वेल, you can ask the want you can even keep your ask what you want, वो जरूर मिलेगा. So if you want you can go for data driven also. Data driven because आजकल data driven decision सब
Mm.
कुछ डेटा पे हो गया. एवरीवन नीड, लाइक हमारी इंडस्ट्री में क्या है ना, सबको जस्ट अ क्लिक ऑफ बटन पे सारी चीजें चाहिए रेडी.
Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. मैम वो ट्रेडिशनल एचआर अभी रहा नहीं, आई थिंक सुना जो
नहीं.
पुराना वाला था
हम्म.
वो नहीं है अभी. बिकॉज आई हैव डन दैट लॉट अ लिटिल बिट दैट ट्रेडिशनल वन अर्लियर. अभी तो मतलब बहुत डिफरेंट चीजें आई हैं मार्केट में, डिफरेंट टूल्स हैं. हर चीज जो है वो बहुत टेक्नोलॉजी वाइज बहुत अपडेट हो गया है. तो
ट्रू
वो बस
दैट.
मैंने सिर्फ सुना ही है, मैंने किया नहीं. आई जस्ट हर्ड फ्रॉम मार्केट, फ्रॉम सम पीपल आर मे बी फ्रॉम वेबसाइट. तो मैं मार्केट में नहीं हूँ एक्चुअली, प्रेजेंट तो नहीं हूँ, लेकिन हाँ दूर से थोड़ा सा पता चलता है. बट
नहीं नहीं.
हाँ श्योरली. और ये भी कंफ्यूजन रहती है कि कहाँ जाएं, मतलब किस सेक्शन में जाएं, ये एचआर में जाना है अगर. बिकॉज आई हैव डन एन एमबीए इन ह्यूमन रिसोर्स ओनली फ्रॉम अ यूनिवर्सिटी इन नॉर्थ इंडिया. सो वही मुझे मतलब मैं बहुत कंफ्यूज में रहती हूँ कि इतने गैप के बाद अभी जाना है तो कहाँ, कैसे, क्या, वो सारी.
मैं आई वुड सजेस्ट, पहले तो ये माइंडसेट अपना निकाल दो आप कि मैं गैप गैप है. ओके, अंडरस्टूड. वी आर फीमेल्स, हमारे पास बहुत सी चीजें रहती है लाइफ में करने को. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी टू सी समवन हु इज थिंकिंग अबाउट हर करियर आफ्टर दिस गैप. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी एंड आई एम प्रिटी श्योर कि मैं ऐसे बंदों को तो सिलेक्ट करने में प्रेफर करूंगी, बिकॉज दे आर थिंकिंग अबाउट देयर करियर.
Mhm.
मेक श्योर यू हैव अ गुड माइंडसेट विथ यू. एंड
Correct.
या अभी HR इज ऑल अबाउट, मतलब AI एंड HR आर वर्किंग क्लोजली टुगेदर, आई कैन सी.
Mhm.
हाँ, अभी ज्यादातर मैनुअली काम छोड़ के HR लाइक AI से होने लगा है काम, बहुत सी चीजें. इवन आप अगर देखोगे ना तो फर्स्ट राउंड ऑफ इंटरव्यू जो है ना वो भी AI ही लेता है
Oh,
ज्यादातर कंपनीज में. जहां पर आप एक असेसमेंट डाल दो, कैंडिडेट शॉर्टलिस्ट हुआ तो वो आगे प्रोसीड होगा, इफ नहीं तो वो वहीं से चला जाएगा. सो या मार्केट में AI इज प्लेइंग अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल.
yes. Thank you so much, Neha, for answering that question for all of our participants. Actually, we have received a lot of questions, relevant questions on the session. So, thank you so much for answering all those very thoughtfully and very, like selectively. Yes. So, moving ahead, before we conclude, Neha, we'd like to express our heartfelt gratitude for your time and valuable insights. You definitely have, shared your expertise and your modern insights. We received a fresh, fresh insights from you for our all of our participants. So, as a token of appreciation, we have prepared a certificate of recognition for your contribution to Synergy Sphere. Can we have the certificate displayed, please? Yes. Thank you so much, Neha.
Thank you.
This is a certificate of recognition for your contribution to Synergy Sphere. To all our attendees, whether you are preparing for your next job interview or looking to improve your hiring skills as well, remember that today's key takeaways, that is staying confident, preparing well, approaching interviews as a two-way conversation and not just one-way conversation that someone is about to judge you. These key takeaways are very important in cracking those interviews, tough interviews. And thank you so much, Neha, for making uh, the term interview so easy for us to understand, for all our participants, all your peers at MIT SD. And yes, thank you all for joining us today. And yes, if anyone of you as well want to participate as a speaker in our upcoming sessions, we have shared the form on the chat. We will be sharing the form on email as well after the session. So please go ahead and register yourselves. The criteria for this participating in Synergy Sphere is you have to have experience, working experience of more than 5 years. So please go ahead and fill the forms. Yes, yes, Neha, you want to say anything else?
Yeah.
Any parting lines before
Yes,
we
I
wrap up the
just want
session?
to,
Yes, please go ahead.
yeah, I just want to say one thing to all my participant. I have saw n number of question and I think आप लोग बहुत अभी भी
Hmm.
बहुत सी चीजों पे confused हो. I would love to
Correct.
connect with you in person and I would love to help you out how you can crack your interview. I have shared my LinkedIn profile. I would request you to आप एक request भेज दो और एक message डाल दो. I am sure even my number is available on LinkedIn. You can even directly call me. I will sure I'll make sure कि मैं आपका हर एक क्वेश्चन का आंसर दूं. And one thing I would say a big thanks to MIT for giving me the platform today. Although I am an early person, I can say I'm an early profession to this field. Still, you are giving me a chance. A big thank to Trupti and one more Trupti. What was the name of that person? With
Charulata, she was, yes.
Charulata, yeah, I would like to say a big thank to Charu also. She was the one who connected me first, and she believed me, and that's the reason I'm
Correct.
standing in front of you. So thank you, MIT, and thank you, special thanks to Tripti and Charulata. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Neha, for the parting words. And that is exactly what we are looking for through Synergy Sphere, that young professionals and experienced professionals alike a network over here on this platform, since you all are already in distance mode, right? Interacting with one another on a personal level becomes quite difficult. So this is definitely a platform where you can do that and network and share your insights, your experience as well, with your fellow peers, that you can say. So yes, see you in the next Synergy Sphere session. We will keep posting about Synergy Sphere as well on Telegram groups on your Telegram batches. The link of registration will be posting on the Telegram batch as well as your email. So to the ones who are asking for the registration link, we'll be sharing it with you on email. So just like Neha, you have to fill the form and we'll get in touch with you. If you have relevant work experience, we'll be having the session with you. Yes, so yes, keep learning, keep growing, and keep building your career with confidence. Yes, have a great day ahead. Goodbye. Take care.